All right, recording started. Um, okay, so as we kind of left off in the last one, for Gwen and Tom, you guys had just finished up kind of witnessing the stone giant debacle happen, where a couple stone giants had broken out from the opposite side of the massive wall that was kind of being a separator between the Dark Lake District, the Blade Bazaar, and other areas you've been so far right now from the other side of the city of Gracklestug. And you kind of seen some of the normal people of normal denizens of the town kind of be interrupted by these stone giants, now being questioned by some of these stone guards as they're kind of making sure that everyone's okay, making sure that there's no deaths that had occurred, and for those that are injured, they're being taken care of. You just finished speaking to one of the stone giants for a minute to learn a little bit more about some of the area and learned about the Keeper of Stones. Some of you had seen some additional things. However, Nevira was up on top of the wall last. She does not appear to be seen there now. Additionally, you had seen Cirella get launched, and when you're looking around that area, you do not see Cirella there either anymore. It looks to be that they have either disappeared, been maybe taken somewhere, or something of some kind of fashion had happened unbeknownst to you guys. Additionally, Gruk, seeing the destruction that had occurred, something appeared to may have triggered inside of him from before. You remember that there was a little bit of an incident that had occurred down in the tombs from before where Gruk was hurt. He appeared to be quite shaken by that. And seeing this stone giant explosion and some of the people being hurt by the dangers of said stone giants, he looked to be kind of have a gaunt look on his face and looked to be kind of afraid and kind of sulked himself off back into the inn without a word to anyone, taking stool with him. So that is where you guys are now. Is there anything you guys wish to do? Take a look around.
What good improv to explain why he's not here. Also, good job on the camera not focusing.
Thanks. I'm a beauty guru. Just gotta do like one of these every now and then.
Yeah, exactly. Make sure you get that like ring light that everybody has so that you're at like 98% saturation so you get an IRL filter.
I've been debating getting a ring light or not so that way I could actually have some stuff go on.
Like that would be neat, but I hate it. Like it always breaks the immersion to me when you can see the reflection of the ring light in their eyes.
Oh, my iris is glowing. But that is not anything that Tom or Gwen knows anything about. None of these ring lights or any kind of magic occurring with that. So again, bequeath onto you the story of what Tom and Gwen may be thinking in this time after seeing all these events take fold and essentially 3/5 of your party, or rather almost over half your party, is now disappeared from your sight and is unavailable to you.
Gwen, did all the tall people leave, or are we just short? You can't see them.
Oh shit, yeah, they did leave.
Cool, I mean, fuck them. Let's go to the temple. Wasn't that easy?
A little bit of exposition might be like a little bit more fun, depending upon how Tom and Gwen might be thinking, although I do appreciate the directness of Tom. Gwen, is there anything additional that you may have seen? As you are a dwarf, there are some things you may be privy to overhearing between the guards and some of the other denizens, as mentioned, kind of discussing back and forth.
Like I heard them say something else?
You could potentially, if you're trying to take a listen, see if there's anything else you can kind of pick up on between the stone guards and some of the citizens kind of having their talkings to. Originally, you were hearing them kind of discussing making sure that everyone's okay, making sure that there's nothing left over from the stone giants, making sure that they were apprehended. But you see that some of the stone guards are kind of sticking around and kind of questioning some of these citizens just a little bit more than others. And you didn't see them, the citizens, necessarily be as involved as you would think these questionings would kind of allow.
Can I like eavesdrop from like a distance, see if I can pick up on anything they're saying to them, like questions wise?
You want to eavesdrop from a distance?
Yeah.
Sure. If you are trying to take a listen to, since you do know Dwarvish, you're going to be able to understand them a little bit easier. So if you want to give me a... What would investigation to see, like, because you're trying to like investigate what's going on. So take it, do an investigation.
Oh, let's see how this rolls. I might have to put them in timeout. 13.
13. Okay. You can kind of overhear them talking back and forth of some of the stone guards are asking like, did you see anyone like do anything to the wall? And the citizens are talking about saying like, no, we didn't see anything from the wall, from this side of the wall. You see some of the guards kind of like looking back and forth, giving an eye out. And you see that some of them are kind of like spotting you and Tom just kind of by your lonesomes all of a sudden, no longer surrounded by your tall friends. And one of the guards is like doing a pointing kind of a motion, and they're kind of murmuring amongst some of the other guards. With the 13, you're not able to kind of hear what those guards are saying, but you definitely get the suspicion that they are pointing at you in kind of a not so friendly manner.
Oh, tell Tom. I think they're pointing at us right now. I guess they maybe think we look sus because our tall friends have left.
But they look sus? Do you think there might be suspicious people among us? We should probably get out of here before they come over here and try to, try to arrest us for something we didn't do.
I know, we were in admin the whole time. It's just bullshit.
I know. Like, let's. Fuck, I can't work vent into it. I was like,
I can throw you in a bit, probably.
probably they probably have ye old vents that are just holes in the ground. No, let's get out of here before they start asking us questions.
Sure.
Okay. So as you guys start making your way, you guys start backing up and trying to get away from this area. Tom, you immediately feel yourself get bumped up against from behind, and you are greeted with the kind of angry-looking face of a gray dwarf woman in full regalia. She's got kind of those giant paddles on her arms with little dangly bits on it, kind of like she's very decorated for whom she is. And that's who you bump into. She immediately gives like a
Hi, Gwen. can you help translate, please?
All right. I was like, hi. Are you okay? Do you like need something? Like, what's going on here? Why'd you
What
bump
did
into
you
my
two
friend?
see?
What did we see?
You see anything going on around here? Anything that may not be allowed?
Congrats on your transition. Gwen, can you please tell her that we, just give her the story of the giants and how we helped. We noticed the guards needed help, so we had the idea to use our little rope thing, pull it across, trip them, so that we could assist the guards in reestablishing order.
Yeah, I'll just repeat that. Yeah, we saw it, tried to help, we tripped the guy, and then, yeah, that's all we saw.
Mm-hmm. And nothing else went awry around here. I'd seen you previously walking around with some other partying members.
You sound like the fucking self-checkout lady.
Is it not coming through?
Bagging
Okay.
area.
Yeah, can you please say, please put the item in the bagging area?
Please put the item in the bagging area. Unexpected item in the bagging area. Unexpected item in the bagging area. Please remove. Okay, so the voice is coming through okay. That's great to know.
Sorry, what did you ask? I'm sorry.
That's amazing. Okay. Yeah.
I noticed
I'm
the
not
rest
sure.
of your party appears to have disappeared from you two and left you all lonesome.
Yeah, they do that sometimes. We didn't see where they went. We're just as confused as you are. We had been informed that there was a temple
Confused?
nearby.
I believe I got a great idea on why they may have left you.
Oh, well,
Seems that
do
you
tell.
two were the scapegoats.
Scapegoats for what?
For this treason that we just occurred, these stone giants aren't supposed to be crossing over here, and yet you remain here. You're the only ones out of the ordinary from amongst here. You've got a dwarf that's not gray, and you've got whatever you are, you're half-one creature.
Are you saying that we two tripped the giant? Me and him, alone.
I'm not saying you didn't, but I
I'm
have no
saying
reason to
that's
believe
impossible
otherwise.
is what I'm saying.
And how would this be impossible?
I might be able to trip him for one side. This man is tiny. How would he trip from the other side?
That's up to me to find out, but until then, you two are my main culprits.
Now when you learn physics, but okay.
Don't speak to physics of me.
Pardon my friend. She's just a little short-tempered right now.
What does the short one say?
You're shorter than me.
Can you tell her that, can she speak common, or is she only speaking Dwarvish?
Oh, she's only speaking Dwarvish right now.
Cool. Thank you for telling me that directly, you my face lady.
Sorry, she's only speaking Dwarvish right now.
Fuck. I don't know. Like, there were guards that witnessed that we had helped out. Like, Gwen, can you tell her to go talk to whatever guard or captain that we talked to when we told him, like, hey, my name's Tom, your name's whatever, and we helped out?
Yeah. There are other people around who saw what happened.
And who might that be?
Your captain or whatever, or many of the other guards that were here, or any of the spectators that were here, or I don't know,
Do you
the
have a
stone
name, or
giants
are you
that
going
were
to
here.
keep feeding me lies?
Hang on.
I don't know. We're probably Rahoot probably saw it, but I don't know the captain's name.
Yeah, can you tell her that we spoke with Rahoot afterwards, and if she goes and talks to him, then he will give her the story.
Yeah, Rahoot saw the whole thing. He was nice, and yeah, we talked to him after. He'll tell you what happened as well.
What were the stone giants?
Yes.
I see. And would there be any reasons for him to lie for you, considering they were the ones that had almost successfully escaped due to your helping with the wall being going down?
So Rahoot was wanting to capture the two giants. So, and Gwen, please tell her this. Rahoot was wanting to capture the two giants that were like kind of gone crazy and had ran through. Once those two were tied down, he came back. He worked with the guards. He brought the two giants back to the Cranigorm Cavern.
I'll just
Yep.
repeat that.
Okay.
Cranegorm.
As you guys are essentially being interrogated by this commander, you see that another gray dwarf, equally decked out, just minus the pauldrons on their shoulders, starts making their way towards you guys, and it's just like, excuse me, don't, please stop harassing them. They're still actively being investigated. I've got this. And you see this gentleman kind of come around from the corner. Hold on one second. I don't have their thing added. I'll just call it an image. So you guys are going to see the image of the thing pop up in a second, but... Hold on. I didn't have enough time to block him out for his stuff, but you see this gentleman come up.
I think I saw that guy in a gay bar once.
Probably. So you see this gentleman come up, and he kind of stops and just like, stop interrogating my witnesses. They're still being investigated. I can't be having this. If you taint any more of these creatures, I don't know what I'm gonna. I'll have to bring it up to the Lord, I guess. I can't be having this anymore.
Hi.
Hello, and who are you?
I'm one of me and my friend Gwen here are two of the people that helped capture the crazed giants.
I do vaguely remember seeing you around here. There was a handful. There was a huge mess. One of my people is now going to be stuck in the infirmary for who knows how long, months, maybe even a year, depending. He had a fracture. It was awful. Have you ever seen the bone come out in 3 places? It's awful. We're dwarves. We don't have a lot of places for bones to come out.
Hey man, preaching to the choir over here. I don't have a lot of surface area.
You do look rather small for whatever you are.
Yeah. Usually, if me and my friend can stand on each other's shoulders, we make up the height of a normal person.
Oh, I may have to use that in one of my army techniques. May have to go ahead and get that going. Ah, man, being in the army, being on the forefronts used to be quite a dream to me. Have you ever been out there on the who am I asking? You look too scrawny to be doing anything. However, that does look to be quite an idea. And you, lass, who are you?
Gwendielle Runerock.
Oh, fancy the name. And you're doing in these parts, why?
Traveling with some friends, just trying to get back home.
You interested in
Do I know your
working in the
name?
forges?
Always.
Ah, I may have a fellow for you to meet if you wouldn't be too busy, the two of you.
And what's your name, good sir?
My name?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Gartakar. Zundorn Gartakar.
That has a lot of syllables. Can you spell that?
Do I recognize the last name?
You do not recognize the last name.
Ah.
Do message bop boop. There you go.
My name's Tom Bardy.
A legendary name.
Thank you.
I'm sure there will be plenty to sing about it in the ages should you die.
Yep.
So I see you look to be a little bit of a fancier man. You got calloused fingers and quite an interesting helmet.
I do. You know, I have very top-heavy armor, and me and my pack of boys go jump into a big pile with 20
Pack
other
of
guys.
boys?
Yeah.
There's
a
more
lot
of you?
us. Yeah, they're not all quite as famous as I am, but there's a lot of us.
I'll be darned.
But it's totally not gay. It's really masculine, and everybody picks their favorite color of people, of big pile of men, and make that their entire identity.
Oh, there's absolutely nothing down here. For example, me and my husband, we know exactly what you get into.
Perfect. Yep. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. I think I saw you at the bar the other day.
Don't touch me.
I wasn't planning on it. So anywho, yeah, what's going on? This lady over here, she seems very suspicious of us, and I'm wondering why.
Well, I mean, you were just actively involved in quite a kind of crime scene that kind of went on. The wall is down. We'll have to be spending quite a few weeks repairing it, although we are rather fortunate to have so many workers down here. I mean, as Runerocks know, it's not an easy task of getting all this back together in one piece.
I don't build walls necessarily, but I understand it'll take a
You've
long
had
time.
your way around, I'm sure.
No, but building a building.
Well, all right, then we'll have to get you accustomed into our ways. We'd love to have you
Sounds
here joining in
great.
some of our clans.
All right, so Mr. Gartakar, we were wanting to both check out the forge and also pay our respects at the temple. I don't know which of those
respects at the temple. You mean in honor of the deep hold?
Well, we were just we had been told the temple is a big, significant place for the Grey Dwarves here, so we were wanting to go over there and just kind of see it and learn more about Grey Dwarf culture and gods and all those types of things.
Of course, there are plenty to be spoken of down here. I mean, there's too many to list off the top of my head right now, but I mean, you were for sure going to be within great care if you were taking into our temple, but please do not desecrate anything in our temple grounds. You mentioned something of a forge. Are you wanting to speak to the heart of the forge?
That sounds dope.
Yes, I guess.
Which one's closer, the temple or the forge? Because I think we want to do both during our time here.
It is not a matter of which is closer or anything like that. It is a matter of where you would like to spend your time. For the temple, anyone may visit the temple should they be given their graces and escorted in. Otherwise, if you choose to visit our temple without due process, we will hold you, because we are still investigating you. However, the heart of the forge, I believe, I have a special need for you, should you choose to visit.
Okay, let's go to the forge first then.
Okay.
To the heart of the forge. Please do take extra care when you come, for there aren't many that are allowed to visit this heart of the forge. And I want to make sure that wherever you are, you keep things close. Understood?
Sure.
Follow me. So you're going to be following this gentleman along the way. Hold on, let me get something set up. I need a rename. There we go.
Excuse me.
So you guys are going to start following him along this way. And so through here, what you're going to be seeing, let me get a map up so I can make sure I'm not speaking out of turn and anything again. You're going to be taken quite a long ways through the town, or rather the city of Gracklestug, meaning you're going to be going through the walls that previously the stone giants had just ultimately knocked a hole out of and made a rather large destroyed wall out of. So almost like a new wall or new door. Going through here, you're going to be taken through the cities, through lots of the regular forges. You'll also be taken along a long bridge covering a cavern. This cavern, when you look down inside of it, you see that there are numerous things going on. There's people mining down in these caverns. There are lots of pocket holes in these caverns. And can both of you give me a perception check while you're crossing these bridges?
Hang on.
Our waffle's like right near my. Right, there we go.
Going across bridge, big cavern underneath.
I got an
Correct.
11 in perception.
Okay.
Waffle, I love you. You cannot be right under my feet, my desk, but
I got a 6.
6. Okay. So as you guys are kind of walking across, you can see that there's it's kind of getting out of the forging areas, that these are still homes. These look to be more so like where people typically live. But you were seeing that there are strictly gray dwarves in this area. But those holes that are along these cavern walls, you see that there looks to be some kind of life that may exist from them, as these are worn, some of them new, some of them old. Gwen, what you can see as it is a kind of rockier area is that these things that look to be like just normal life that would have existed from here, there's kind of these ripples in some of the cavern walls going down this kind of ravine. But as you look closer, you see that they're more so kind of like stairs or ladders of some kind, almost like some kind of creature may or could use these things to kind of traverse along here. Additionally, you see that this had, again, this is Gwen, that this was the cause of a long ago earthquake.
Crystal, your anime waifu is staring into my soul with those eyes that big. That is mildly terrifying.
Oh my god. Does
The
that do
fact-
that every single time you talk?
The fact that it moves makes it way worse.
Oh my god.
This is my reactive PNG that Attic made me.
That's
Could
fucking
be a
awesome. I'm
thing.
sorry.
I have 2 other ones. The eyes are closed with it.
Oh,
I mean, the eyes make up like 75% of the head, so that would probably look worse.
Nah, it's fine.
all good.
That weirds me out that it moves. I'm not okay with that. Anyhow,
It was the thing that I was
No.
looking at originally for the kind of voices and stuff, rather than just having the heads on screen, having a head with a mouth closed and mouth open when it's talking.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's
did
what
that,
happened.
and you showed it to me for like maybe 20 seconds, and I was like, please never do that again. What do you want, Kat?
It's fun. But that's what you see as you kind of like go across these kinds of things. Additionally, well, no, with what you guys rolled, you wouldn't have seen these kinds of things. That's fine though. So as you start making your way, you realize that you're going further and further back into the kind of hold that Gracklestug is in, and you are no longer surrounded by anything you may have seen previous. So being back here, you're kind of lost without the direction of the stone guard. Gratikar delivering you guys. But you noticed that you were coming up slowly to a kind of other hold in here. And there looks to be guards kind of blocking or flanking rather on either side of what looks to be this tunnel going forward. But you notice the tunnel has a sharp cut that prohibits you from seeing any further into this tunnel. And as you guys are coming,
our friend Gartagar is not here with us anymore.
he is. He's the one escorting you around from here. Without him, you are essentially lost being back in this area. Nothing looks familiar to you. Nothing is the same as it was at the Dark Lake District. There are strictly gray dwarves around here. So you have a feeling that being back here, you are only allowed back here with this escort.
You know who could give us directions? Who knows a lot about rocks? So our buddy.
Your buddy. This is where you are. So you're coming along this tunnel, and this is a massive like opening to a tunnel. And again, it takes a sharp cut, so you can't see anything further straight. You just know that it cuts to the left, and it's being flanked on the other side of this opening by other similarly clad stone guards that are kind of just standing watch, and they're making sure that kind of in like a stoic fashion, you can definitely tell that even though they have a blank expression looking forward, nothing is getting past them. No amount of sneaking you feel could probably escape their glance.
All right, we're here, the heart of the forge. This is Themberchard's lair. Now please,
Sure.
I'm sorry?
You said Themberchard was his name?
Themberchard.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Ooh, that.
This is the heart of the forge. For he is who gives us light down here. Should any of our fires be expelled, we will be reliant on him.
That sounds so. Sorry.
All right.
Please. Being here, this is guarded by the Keepers of the Flame, my people. We are those who defend both the King's Hold and this lair. If you have access back here, you are being given a very special passage. Do not misuse this passage. Do you understand?
Yes.
Excellent.
As you guys start to make your way a little slightly forward, you all of a sudden hear a deep growl as you approach, and the ground underneath you kind of shakes. You see like the little pebbles do like a little shifting thing as this kind of echoes.
We heard the first half second.
Damn it.
Hey.
Why is it not doing it? Hold on a minute. Voice and video.
What do you want, cat?
Okay, tell me if you hear this. Tell me if you guys hear this.
I mean,
I
Uh,
can't really understand you.
did you just like growl into it? Because that's what I heard.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, just a growl. But that's what you guys hear as you guys kind of approach. Gardecar kind of like stands still and just kind of like gives like a solemn nod to you both, telling you guys kind of like mentioning to like walk forward.
Well, I'm walking. I'm so excited.
Let's go.
Okay. As you guys start to make your way forward, you guys first go into kind of like a dark side of this cavern. It's not being lit from the inside. As you guys start making your way forward, you can see that there's a light further down in the tunnel, and you can see that this light kind of has this kind of gold glow to it, almost like these torches are kind of have like some kind of like bouncing reflectiveness as it kind of goes on. And again, you hear the echoing sound as it goes on. You can hear a chuckling as that kind of like echoes on as you continue on your way forward. And as you start to slowly see what happens, you see that beneath a pile of gold, that there seems to be this kind of like shimmering down a rather waterfall of gold as you see a scaled wing start to make its way up out from the pile.
So far.
Not to not to completely halt this for the moment, but the cat will not leave me the fuck alone. So give me like 5 minutes to see what's going on.
All right, I'll pause.
Gartica, you didn't say I was having dinner today.
And as you guys start making your way a little bit closer, you can see, again, that kind of wing start to poke its way out, and it's a kind of a red scaled wing, start to have a kind of cascading effect of gold coins falling down, and then you were greeted with the head of a red dragon as it kind of pokes his head up from the gold.
That's the fucking neckbeardiest of dragons I've ever seen. Why does he have like a triple chin?
That's what he is.
I think he has like a bug face. What do you mean?
He has like, what kind of fucking jaw is that? That thing has like that's the cankle of heads.
Again,
It's cute. A short little snout.
That
and
is
then
the
a
fucking.
fat
He's
neck
about.
and
He's
a
about
bug
to
face.
sit there and tell me how everything in his life is women's problems, and
Matt-
that his mom tells him he's a good boy.
Matt, if you wait like 5 more seconds, okay, you know what? Here, just wait 5 more seconds, and then you can go ahead and pat yourself on the back at how right you are and everything. How about that?
Okay.
Okay, cool. All right, so as you kind of see that cascading gold fall down, and you start to see him like reveal himself, he starts to stretch, and you can see that there appears to be like a strain in this kind of stretch as kind of the weight underneath him starts to give an impression that he is overweight and indicates some extremely bad eating habits. But you can see himself just kind of just like do a little bit of belly chuckle.
Just a...
Then you hear.
Oh, it's so cute.
Who are you?
Gwen, we have to be respectful. We can't call the dragon cute.
Sorry.
And you seem kind of like... God damn it.
You see him kind of like shake his head, kind of like shaking off some of the gold as he's trying to like whip around some like imaginary hair, as you would imagine on a natural person, thinking himself to be quite charming in his own figure.
I think you're fucking adorable. I can't say.
He's that. Mr. Dragon, you are fierce and stunning and brave, and I am honored to be in your presence.
Yes. Yes. I did not say stop. Keep showering me.
You are the most magnificent dragon I have ever met, and I am glad and so very humbled and honored to be in the presence of one as amazing as you.
Do you like
Alright.
haircuts?
The compliments.
Do you like headbands?
Do not approach. Do not approach. You may
I will not
shower me
approach.
from afar.
Okay. I have a
Yo,
I have a mage hand that can go 30 feet. I mean, can that approach you and give you headpats?
I have a flame breath that can go 60.
Oh, okay. Well, you win. You're better than me. Sorry.
Stay there.
Okay.
Do you come alone?
yeah, it's just us two.
It's us two, and Gartagar, I think, is still with us.
Yeah.
No. I can smell him at the door. He reeks of treachery. Do you reek of treachery?
No.
No. Do we? I think we do.
No, your compliments are good enough.
You can see that he's definitely like slinging his head in kind of like a weird pattern, keeping an eye around everything amongst you, seeing if there's anyone behind you, and you get a feeling that you're not the only ones alone in this room between you two and Themberchad.
How do I spell fat ass dragon's name?
How do you spell fat ass dragon's name? I'll throw it in the chat again because I can't be darned to spell that out.
How do I see that past the activate Windows watermark?
You don't.
The most fucking neckbeardiest dragon I've ever seen. Thank you for finding. Did you put that dragon specifically there, or is that already in the?
That's already in the book.
Perfect. I love it.
Yeah. This is the canon look of Themberchad with his triple chins, as you had just said. And I do have to stress the amount of he gives the distinct impression that he's overweight, indicating eating habits that do not bode well.
He in that specific picture, I get he's going to try to eat us, but he would have to catch us first, and that motherfucker can only move like 4 centimeters a minute. Like in just that one picture, it looks like his fucking neck has like fat abs.
Yeah.
I bet if he took mortal form, he would look like everybody at an anime convention.
That's very fair.
Yeah. Okay. I want to roll perception or investigation to determine if there's somebody else hiding in this chamber.
You can do
also
an
do that?
investigation. Investigation. Your passive perception was not good enough. I will say that.
Can I do the same thing, or?
Yep, both of you can make the same roll.
I rolled a
Okay.
7.
7.
All right. 16.
16. Nice. Unfortunately, you don't see anything. But that is fine.
Leave this place. I wish to speak to these adventurers alone.
And after saying that, you can definitely hear like the very quick shuffling of invisible things moving behind you as they start to leave this tavern, leave this cavern. As he's kind of like taking a look around and like waiting, you can hear him like craning his neck to take a listen and making sure that no one else is here. And he gives a sniff in the air, and he kind of seems satisfied with himself that you guys appear to be now the only ones in the room.
Mr. Dragon, are you going to eat us?
No, not without reason.
Okay. That's good.
Fair enough.
But pray tell, what is your reasoning for garnering an audience with me?
Gwen, what did you want to see the dragon for?
I wanted to know what was going on with the Heart of the Forge, because I myself am a blacksmith, and I come from a long line of blacksmiths, so I wanted to see who the great Heart of the Forge was for the city.
I am the Heart of the Forge. Do you not see? The power and the flame in which I can harness can light 1,000 forges in a single breath. Don't you dare believe anything below me. Your compliments previous were warming, and
You can see kind of like his chest gets like a little bit more orange, and you can see like a fire start to like rage itself up, and kind of like as he's like essentially trying to like bravado and show himself off, almost like peacocking, but as a giant dragon.
Yeah, the flames of the red dragons are legendary, and I have heard that Themberchad has, the brightest and strongest flames of any of the red dragons.
Yes. Pray tell your names.
My name is Tom Bardy.
I'm Gwendielle Runerock.
Adventures, I see. I hear that you were a blacksmith as you had just spoken, but this Tom... what are you?
I'm a bard. I go from, place to place, gathering stories and adventuring with friends. And right now we're just trying to get back. We're trying to get back to the surface, and we're trying to find our friend Globacool.
The surface, you say? The land of the sky and dreams. It holds no warmth from my treasure. This a place that you wish to return? How'd you even end down here in my lair?
We had gotten captured by dark elves and put into prison, and then we escaped. And now we are
The
trying
Dark
to.
Elves. I hold many a treasure from them. You there, the blacksmith, how did you end up in these walls?
Same thing. I was walking around from Gauntlgrim trying to get more supplies for my forge, and then I got fucking ambushed by 5 dark elves and put in prison.
Your forge goes unattended.
Yes, it greatly disheartens me, and I would like to be back there.
I'm sure. Do you require a flame should your forge ever lose its light? Please. I have an offer for you two. Your stories, they intrigue me. I need capable people such as you to help me. Sorry, my breathing is laborsome as my age grows. These adventures that you claim to be, would you take an offer from the heart of the forge?
Boy, would I!
Your excitement is welcomed. Now, I do have one thing to mention. Your chattiness worries me. How well are you at keeping secrets close to heart?
I
Pretty
can keep a
well.
secret.
I can keep a secret.
The both of you can keep secrets well to heart. That is great to hear.
He's like, breathing is definitely laborsome in these points as he continues his talking. And you can kind of see that the kind of like fire that once kind of like roared in his chest as he was trying to show off quickly starts to go down as he starts to lay down his head again and looks to be kind of like almost falling into like a nap-ish kind of a state. Like something is plaguing him with a tiresome. As you guys can kind of see and look around, his gold pile, as he kind of like flicks his tail, some gold coins kind of like rain down, not within reach of you guys, but you can kind of see that he's kind of starting to cuddle into this pile of gold that he has.
Please, I feel there are people who are against me in this town. I had a child stolen from me. I cannot be having those losing children in my power. If you were to lose a child, how would you react?
We would love to help you, Mr. Thimberchild. Is there any gifts that you could give us to assist us in this task?
I can
I'll just help.
I'm sorry, Gwen. Continue.
No, I was just gonna say I'll help you for free. I mean, the loss of losing a child must be really hard on you.
It does.
But of course, you want us to have the highest chance of success possible.
If you are not able to complete such a quest, even with assistance, I do not forget those that enter my domain. The
Good
axe
catch.
forgets what the tree remembers. Do not speak of me in any kind of tributaries or anything that may be seeming inappropriate of me in my phrasing.
No, your word is law, Mr. Thimberchild.
Excuse me.
I just said that I would never make fun of you because one such as powerful as you, whatever you say, should be followed.
Yes. Well, I may not be able to offer much in the ways of, well, myself. What I can offer you is an escort of kind. There are badges that are worn by those around this town. Should you be perceptive enough to see, you can tell where one's allegiances may lie by their badges. Those that may be hiding theirs may have ill intentions. You wouldn't have any ill intentions, would you?
Of course not.
No, not at all.
Excellent. I will have badges of gold given to you should you leave this lair. These will allow you a privied escort amongst these towns. Merely show them who you lay your allegiance to, and those that honor it will allow you safe passage, but be warned. As mentioned, I believe there are people who are against me, those that wear my badge with disdain. Their hearts aren't of pure. I cannot have them against me. As mentioned, they've already lost my child. This will not happen again. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. You may leave here now, and please return once you have any information regarding my child. Secondly, you shall report to me from now on in this town. Should there be a breath of any kind of secrecy from you and me, you will be thoroughly removed. Should you hear of anyone else having secrecy against me, I demand to know. Do not act without my permission, for I do not want any shortcomings of those who I hold close. I need to make sure this is done smoothly.
Do you want us to come back and talk to you every single time, or is there an officer of yours that you would like us to give reports to?
There will be someone who follows you closely. Though you may not see them, they will be around. Their eyes can see things that you may not, and their ears may hear things that you may not hear. Should you need to have any messagings to me that you wish to have delivered, not by yourselves, but this messenger, merely whisper to your badge, and they will hear. Do you understand?
Yes.
Can you maybe give us more of a description about what happened to your child so maybe able to investigate better?
My egg was recently stolen. We do not have information on where this may have gone, and that is what sickens me, that those I wish to entrust with my protection cannot protect something so fragile. This does not go unnoticed.
What does the egg look like, or is it kind of obvious to know that it's yours?
Gwen, should you be lost for what a dragon's age, size, and stature be, should I have you as part of my coup?
So
Sorry.
we're looking to find your egg. and it's going to be big and egg-shaped like a dragon's egg. Got it.
This one has it. Gwen, do I sense something wrong?
No, just wanted to make sure. Didn't know if there's like a lot of dragon's eggs around, and make sure we got you the actual right egg.
Lots of
And, you know,
dragon's
if
eggs
it's like if
around.
one's blue versus one's green, you know.
I am quite red, although I appear to be showered in gold currently.
Okay. Sounds good. When do we get our neat badges?
Once you leave this lair, you will receive your badges. Gartikar should have them delivered to you.
Also, we find ourselves a little low on funds at the moment. I know dragons are loath to part with all of their collected gold. Didn't know if you or any of your people that are assisting you would be able to help us out with some of our funding in order to help with this task.
I believe you to be more than sufficient in any of your supplies. You've clearly been able to come this far if you've escaped from the drow.
Fair enough.
I believe anything that I may offer you is more than fair.
Okay. We'll get right to it, boss.
Gwen, you appear to have more question, or are you also understood?
Actually,
Sorry?
what?
Gwen, do you appear to have more question, or are you also understood of the task at hand?
I understand the task at hand.
Excellent. Now leave this lair, go back to Gartikar. Tell him nothing of things that occurred in here. For as mentioned, those eyes and ears that you may not see, they will relay back to me. And if I learn of any treacheries that you may also be partaking in against me, they will not be met lightly.
All right.
So you guys are gonna start making your way back out?
Hey, Dawnbreaker. Isn't this a cool dragon?
Weary me. Oh, jeepers, that is quite the dragon that we have here, isn't it? What are you doing with business with him?
This just kind of happened. Do you know anything about Mr. Thimberchild? Actually, why don't we leave the chamber before we have this conversation?
Probably.
Probably. Gotta get his fucking lead.
Sure.
Yeah, why don't we go ahead and leave?
Okay. So you guys start making your way back out towards the front lair, and you again are behind what was previously the guards that were flanking this area, and you see Gartikar kind of like standing in the front of the entranceway, hands behind his back, kind of puffing out his chest, and just kind of just like,
And what did you hear? I'm told to be fetching you all badges of the Flamekeepers. Thimberchild apparently requested specifically that you be joining us, or at least be represented by our clan.
We were given a task by Mr. Thimberchild, and
were?
he told us.
You were?
Yes. And
see.
he said that we shall speak of this task to nobody. So
Yet you
That-
speak
that's
of
what-
this task to me.
I just said we have one. And that's why we need the badges.
If he is planning anything, I must know.
Take it up with him, bro.
Our favor is not so great with him at the moment, considering the recent events. But you will have your badges.
and he kind of turns around and like snaps his fingers, and you see a kind of just a real quick dwarf just kind of like running with like this little pillow out, just yeah. And as it kind of like shows up, you see on the pillow are 2 little gold pins with Thimberchild's face on them, representing the.
Are they little or are they big pins?
To you
Do the
guys,
pins take up our entire chest?
No. To you guys, they're like they're a little larger than like what a pin would normally be, but for being dwarves, they are of like normal size pins that you can put them on your label should you so choose, representing that.
I meant because he was fat, not because. Yeah.
No, nothing like that. But he does have that kind of on those pillows, and he kind of holds them out, waiting for you guys to take them. So these are going to be gold badges that represent that you are part of the Keepers of Flame clan.
Neat. Nice. Mom.
As you guys start pinning them to your lapels, you can see that Gardakar's face is just dark and grim as he's not sure what you guys were given, but he does know that you've been given a task from the dragon that he is currently not in favor with.
Complete side note, pretty sure it's pronounced lapel.
Lapel?
Yeah, not lapel. Yeah, lapel is the part of the suit that has the little like fold over part.
Yeah, what's lapel?
People, ladle, but said wrong.
Lapel is going to be the part of the suit with a little fold over part. Fuck you.
Maybe it's pronounced lapel in this universe.
It is now canon. So you can kind of see that he's just kind of like beside himself right now and is just kind of like looking longingly, or not longingly, but looking forlornly down the kind of like turn that you guys just came from. He's definitely troubled by this recent news that you've been given a task. As it turns back to you guys, he's just like, Is your business done here then with the Heart Forge?
You're right. Seems sad.
It's not that I'm sad. There's something wrong here. There's something else afoot, and I cannot get my head out of this. The involvement of these gray ghosts, that I know for sure that they were the ones that have taken this child.
Gray ghosts?
The gray ghosts are yet another clan that are amongst here. They've been growing stronger in recent. I'm not sure what may have caused their sudden spike in power, but there's something wrong here. There's one of their agents we were able to identify, at least. He has frequent visits into our bazaar. You may have seen him running around. A small man with almost a jester's hat, a long beard.
Yeah, we saw him.
You have?
Mm-hmm. I think he stole some stuff from us.
That is very likely of him. We may not know his true name, but we know him at least by what the other Darrow speak of him as Droki.
Why did the Grey Ghosts trouble you?
Well, I believe the Grey Ghosts are the ones that had likely dealings with the stealing of the Keeper of the Flames, the Heart of the Forge's son, the child, the egg.
Oh, somebody stole an egg from the dragon?
Please keep it hush. We do not wish to have this alarm rung amongst anyone else in this area. For if they know that there is someone that could perhaps usurp this dragon, we would probably not be long for here. His destruction can surely take us out.
That's concerning. If somebody can steal something from a dragon,
Quite.
Why would they do that?
How they would have. Well, imagine if you were to raise a dragon on your own from birth and inception, raise them as your own, then imagine the power that you could have. If I had a dragon, there'd be no telling how many things that I could have underneath my thumb.
Fair enough. Seems kind of short-sighted to me, because I'm pretty sure dragons are like their own people, and I feel like dragons probably wouldn't be willing to be slaves.
There are not many that would consider the dragons to be slaves, for they have more than their own will. However, whenever they are pleased with the treasures and bounties that would occur at such a place as the Bazaar or our great city of Gauntlegrim, we can offer them plenty of things to keep them happy, such as the wealth of gold that I'm sure that you'd seen underneath our great keeper.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, if you're, what all do you know about these gray ghosts? This is the first I'm hearing about them.
And they are secret. They're hard to keep track of. They're almost harder than us whenever we are also keeping an eye on things. As I'm sure you may have noticed, there have been eyes and ears that are amongst these walls that you may not have heard or seen, but that is us. They also exist. They are equally as hard to spot. It's almost a game of cat and mouse, and right now we are feeling like the mouse.
I'm assuming they're called the gray ghosts because the gray dwarves can turn invisible.
Do what now?
I'm assuming they're called the gray ghosts because gray dwarves can turn invisible.
You know, out of character. Didn't put those two together, but sure.
I mean, I just know that gray dwarves can turn invisible, and didn't we? Yeah, we ran into a dwarf before that was like turning invisible because I called him on it.
Yes.
I was gonna ask the Mr. Gartikar, just about like the gray ghosts. Is that why they're called that? Is there some way that he knows of to counteract the invisibility? Is there, I don't know, if we were to, I guess to start there.
I'm sure that there's probably some kind of way to stop their transformations, although that of which I do not have the knowledge or power of. It appears mostly magical, but I mean, I have no magical earnings of my own, even though I'm also of the beings that can turn into this thing.
Wait, I thought all gray dwarfs could turn invisible. You can't, Mr. Gartigar?
I can, but I have no way of stopping anyone else from doing so. I have no magical powers.
Oh, okay. So if you were to, I'm just trying to learn more about this power. If you were to turn invisible, what does that take? Does it take does it take you sitting there thinking about it? Does it take a little bit to prep it? Can you just do it at will?
Hold on, I'm trying to look it up.
If you just go invisible at will, it sounds awesome.
That probably would be. Hold on. Here.
So what went through my head is fucking stupid meme where someone was like, "Oh, dude, do you know that Billie Eilish turned 18? You know what that means? That means that she can drive a forklift if, of course, she has the appropriate certification and is forklift certified." Jesus. And then I was like, if I could turn invisible, I could totally sneak into the girls' like locker room. And then how do I relate that to forklifts? Now it just sounds creepy.
It does take concentration for the Grey Dwarves to do such.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna make a like, oh, if I could go invisible, I'd go to the locker room and check that they're all forklift certified. And I'm like, how would that work? There's probably 0 of them that are forklift certified, and it would still be weird.
I'm trying to make sure that you're all forklift certified.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only reason I have it. I have to be. I'll be right back.
Okay, I'll go and pause. And we're back. Blah. You were saying, Tom?
What was I saying?
You were asking me about my uncanny ability to turn invisible. There's a bit of concentration that is involved.
Yeah. I was just wondering, like, what all like, can you do that all the time? Is it just until you decide you want to stop? Like, that sounds really neat and useful.
Others are probably more advanced in keeping it that way, but I myself can probably not hold it for very long. It's been a while since I've been able to need such a power.
Well, so I got the impression that there may have been invisible people around us in that meeting with Thimberchild until he told everybody to leave. Yes. So I'm assuming there were guards in the room.
Yes, we were sent out.
Okay, I just thought it was interesting.
It is rather interesting. That's why I'm kind of concerned with what you may have been offered from him.
So I think I definitely want to at least, this is the first I'm hearing about these gray ghosts. And that one gray ghost with the jester's hat that you mentioned did steal something from me. So if I were to try and track him down, where do you think I should start?
Likely it'll be starting in the tunnels. We were able to track him down last into the west cleft, but after that it's too hard to follow along, and there's definitely those that are a little bit less favorable to us. However, two new faces, it may be a little bit less obvious what you may be doing there.
And you said that would be starting where?
Down in the west clefts.
Down in West Cliffs. Cliffs?
The cleft.
Cleft.
The cavern you were crossing previous, Ladgur's Fora, you are allowed to travel down there, although, again, from us going down there, we are met with aggravation and suspicion, and we are shooed out post-haste. However, two newcomers who may not have any dealings with the Flamekeepers may be able to sneak down into there and gain faith and infiltrate their area.
Okay. So we were given these badges, right? I'm assuming if we were to walk down there and try and get in there, we should probably not have the badges in plain sight.
I would probably be rather hidden of who you may be showing faith to.
Okay. Okay. Is there anything... Gwen, is there anything that you want to ask our friend?
I think that's all the questions.
We want to go check out the temple and then check out the cleft?
Okay. Is that plan to be?
You wish to travel back towards the temple?
Sure.
Understood. So you guys are going to start making your way back across there. So one thing to keep in mind, traveling these distances that are so far between these areas does take you quite a bit of time from here and there. So just one thing to keep in mind with that, as these areas are not short distances to just kind of walk amongst. These can take like an hour, 2 hours to walk these different areas between this city, as it is so large and you're on foot. That being said, going back towards your way there, you're going to be making your way across these bridges again. That was the area that Gardecar had just spoken of from where they had last seen Droki. Is there anything you want to do as you're making your way across?
I am currently trying to find what the status of my big-ass Ken Has cheeseburger blanket is.
Okay.
As of today, it was handed to the shipping company. So estimated delivery January 24th.
Nice.
Cool. Now I'm back. Where are we? What are we doing?
You're being escorted back across the chasm that Gardecar had just mentioned, saying that they had lost sighting of Droki and kind of the western side of this chasm, this large, expansive cavern. So I was asking if there was anything you guys were wanting to perhaps do as you're starting to make your way across or walking to and from these areas of Themberchard's lair, walking your way back over to the Dark Lake District, where the Overlake Hold, the temple that you guys are about to start making your way to, was.
Can we just? Can I roll another investigation to figure out if I can see anything in the little caverns and stuff?
Yeah, it's.
I do it.
Yep, both of you can make a roll.
Yay.
That was a 1, so it doesn't count because I'm a halfling.
Okay.
Bet 21.
21? Was that dirty 20 or what?
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It was a 19, so 21.
19? Gotcha. Okay, Gwen.
3.
3!
Bet you wish you were a halfling, don't you?
What you can additionally see is Tom, what you're able to see is whenever you're kind of like making your way across these bridges back towards the kind of the north side of Gracklestug, back to where the Dark Lake District was at, is you can see that there are some guardhouses that were previously built to kind of what looks to like keep eye on this area. These don't look to be like used anymore. They look to be rather abandoned, but it looks like something is still potentially using these guardhouses, as though mentioned, they do look to be like abandoned from like normal use. Something is still appearing to be using these things. But it could be something that'd be useful to you, is what you make note of. Additionally, what you see on the part of this cavern, so as you see like the cavern come down and comes into that V valley down there, on the long side of it, you can see that there's these kind of like long, not long, these tall kind of gates that are blocking kind of just foot traffic at the very bottom of this cavern. So it doesn't look to be like something that you could easily walk into by a door of some kind. That make sense?
So those big gates blocking the foot traffic, is that next to or near the guardhouses, or is that in a separate place?
The guardhouses appear to be kind of up on top of the normal so like where like the bridges would be at, there's guard towers that you can kind of see amongst there that were kind of like previously blended in with some of like the normal houses people are living in. These guardhouses are on top of this of these caverns on either side. So they're not down, they're up at the top. They look to be abandoned, but something may be using them, but they look of interest to you if you need them for something. Or it could be something to potentially keep eye from. Additionally, at the bottom of the cavern, what you see when looking down towards the west, which is where Gardacar had originally said that they had lost sight of Droki, you see that on the very bottom, so like where the V comes down into, there's like gates, or not gates, a gate kind of a deal. So if you were trying to like just walk down there on foot at the very bottom, you're going to be metered by a gate. So it'd be probably pretty hard to go through that direction.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So you guys start making your way back over towards the Dark Lake District, back into more familiar areas. You see that as you're making your way back, you see a handful of some of the gray dwarves that you were previously walking through the forges start making their way and trying to repair the wall damage that had occurred from the stone giants, and they're kind of laying down the first original layer of bricks and rocks to start patching up that work to make sure that there's still that separation between the two areas. And you can see that they're working on it with a fervor, so they're probably not to be kind of bothered with, as they're probably going to likely ignore you. And you start making your way back into normal. You start passing by the inn that you were at before, Gullhorn's lair, where Bird is at. Do you guys want to stop in to see Bird, or do you want to continue on towards the temple?
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, so I was reading through our conversation with Bird and trying to remember, we need to stop down whoever Yulsa is and bring back our shoes and all that kind of stuff. And then she will, help us find a way to the surface. What I don't know is if that will conflict with any of the things that we are trying to do with Mr. Dragon. And so I was wanting to know if it would, trying to think if it would be beneficial to talk to Bird and not say that we're like dragon buddies now, but try and figure out what clan and shit that she and or Yulsa might belong to.
I'm wondering if we should not try to poke around too much about her clan. in case it might tip somebody off, because he said people are watching us now.
I'm pretty sure if we're gonna go talk to Bird, we should not have our badges in plain view.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I just meant, like, if the dragon has people watching us now, and we just go talking to
Oh.
Bird stuff, that's what I mean.
That's a good point. She should be nothing more than a friendly innkeeper to us, or not so friendly.
I guess, maybe.
Yeah, let's not.
Yeah.
Let's just go to the temple.
Okay.
Unless
You
we
just
want to try
wanna
to find the rest of our cabanes, wherever they went.
Fuck them. All right, so.
Yo, fuck them hoes.
That was like my mom was like, I was telling my mom my plans for my house because I have the master bedroom, I have the office, and then like the third bedroom I'm making into like a little library thing. So I'm like lining it with bookcases and stuff. And my mom was like, what if you have somebody like come and visit like me? And I'm like, fuck them. They'll be all right.
Fuck 'em, there's a couch.
Yeah, I got a futon and a couch and a really nice lazy boy. Like,
Yeah, there's a basement. What are you talking about?
yeah. Anyhow, yeah, that's, I mean, I don't think that they'd just be hanging out at the inn, but we can go in there and ask Bird, hey, you seen our buddies? Yes, no, and then walk out.
That's something.
All right, let's hide the badges and then go do that.
Okay. Can you give me a sleight of hand to see how well you hide your badges?
10.
Okay.
I am not very dexterous. Okay. 7.
Okay. So as you kind of start making your way in to the inn, you see Bird just kind of like scribbling away at her ledger, and just kind of doesn't really pay much attention, as she's definitely kind of just head deep in that and making sure everything is written down. And then the door kind of closes behind you guys. Inside the inn, it looks to be kind of like another like not so busy-ish kind of hour, being kind of like not noon. Tom, you don't feel like it's fully noon. It feels like it's after noon. So it's getting a little late, but not like dark of any kind. But it doesn't appear that busy at the front of the inn.
Hey, Bird, have you seen Nevira or Cirella or Gruk at all today?
You all had left earlier this morning. Are they not with you anymore?
I don't know. Gruk might have just randomly materialized next to us, but
Oh my god, the timing.
Yeah.
Hi, Noah.
Good
Holy
job.
shit! You're muted and in like. Okay, there you are.
Oh my goodness.
What's up, bro?
That actually worked out like really well.
Yeah, it really did. Yeah.
Like,
I had a good nap. I had a good nap.
Yeah.
bet
We
you
figured
did
you
that.
were asleep or working or one of those.
Oh, Crystal.
What?
Look what I found.
Whoa! It's a non-focus, low-resolution brown thing. I didn't see it. What is it?
It's a
Gingerbread.
gingerbread man.
Oh, that's cute.
Little Debbie's gingerbread man.
What's
Yummy,
the?
yummy,
So
yummy.
Is that
what
frosting?
Yeah, it's got frosting on it.
What is so perfect about my entrance?
We literally just walked into the inn, and we were like, "Hey, Bird, have you seen like Cirella or Nevira or Gruk?" And the second I said that, you popped in.
Nice.
Well, yeah, because she was like, sorry. She goes, "Well, they were with you like earlier today when you guys left," and then boom, you popped in. I'm like, "Well,
Like, yeah, I've been here the whole time. What do you mean?
Yeah.
you did a Kramer-esque entrance where you slid in like 10 feet on your socks through the front door."
Are we using roll 20 this time or no?
No, we're not using anything.
Okay.
Bert,
Theater of the mind.
Roll a d20 for performance to tell us what you've been doing for the past 2 hours and explain how you just showed up.
that's fair.
Got a 6.
Not well.
Gruk comes out of a stupor as he has been mindlessly following us along the whole time and goes, "Huh? What?
No.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking about fighting in rocks that one time."
No. So as you ask about where the whereabouts of your party may have gone from originally this morning, and Bird was saying just like, I thought you all left this morning. I don't understand. Gruk, you come out from the hall where you guys' rooms were originally, and you're kind of awakening yourself from the shock that you had been given by the stone giant explosion, kind of reminding you of your past and those kind of loud noises and such that can kind of occur certain things with Gruk.
Gruk just kind of, he just from the darkness of the hallway just so hi.
Well, I found one of you.
I'm guessing this is like the POV of Tom.
That's not what I thought you were gonna say, but I'll roll with it. Am I supposed to lean forward now?
Jesus.
Sup?
Sup? You have a good nap?
Yeah, it was a good nap.
Okay. Did you sleep like a rock? You know who likes rocks?
Yeah, I think I could tell you who likes rocks.
Yeah, it's our buddy. Okay, what's up, Stool?
Hi.
Stool, did you sleep well too?
It was all right. I just wanted to make sure that you were okay. I had to try and keep your mind at ease.
What the fuck was that?
What?
Hey.
No, Crystal's like throwing random emojis across her weird anime avatar.
Tom, are you okay?
No, I'm not actually.
Thank you, Stool, for keeping me
Don't worry about it.
for keeping me asleep and not letting the intrusive thoughts win.
No, we don't want that now, do we?
No, we don't.
Stool, congrats on your transition. So,
Thank you, Tom.
do you have a new name, or are you still going by Stool?
No, should I have a new name? I have a new hat.
You do have a new hat. I don't know what the feminine equivalent of Stool would be.
I mean, I'm still just waking up.
Stoolorella.
Okay, so Bird, we found Gruk. Do you know where Nevira or Cirella might be?
Good morning, Bird.
Oh, good. Well, nice to see you, Grok. Say, thankfully you're out of your stupor of whatever kind. I'm not sure exactly what happened and everything like that. There was a loud explosion that occurred outside, but I pay no attention to mind that anymore.
I stopped
sorry,
paying
Tom?
attention after the second.
Do you know where Nevira and Cirella might be?
No, as mentioned, they had left with you early this morning.
Cool. If you see him, let us know. We're going to the temple. Bye.
Is there any... Okay. Enjoy the temple?
Unless Gwen has questions.
I don't.
Cool.
Oh, hi, Gwen.
Hey, Gruk, you okay?
Sleepy.
Cool. Grok, you want to check out the temple?
Temple? What temple?
Cool. Let's go check out the temple.
Okay, I guess we're checking out the temple stool.
Be
do
careful when
temples
you
usually...
go. Those are the
What?
flame keepers, Mark. Keep an eye out.
Okay.
Okay. So just so I, as a player, know where
Yeah.
they're at. Where are Nevira and Cirella?
You don't need to know.
As a player, are you saying like as Gruk or as you?
As is me, Trevor.
I don't know if I want to know, though.
Yeah. Not
Oh wait,
everyone
no, they
necessarily
had the
wants to
one-on-one.
know.
They had the
Yeah.
Yeah.
side session. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a side session.
Alright.
So,
That's a surprise.
yeah. So like right now, you're in a side session technically.
All right. So should I like stop momentarily and then slowly rotate towards Bird and be like, say that again? What?
Those with the flame keepers, Mark. You not so secret now, are you?
Yeah. I figured you would probably notice, but I didn't know if other people would. Are you saying that we should be careful as to who we show these to?
I would recommend come here. I'll hide them better for you.
Okay.
So as you walk up to her, she kind of like grabs your like little lapel, and she starts like fidgeting around with it and like tucks it around, and that, so it's like neatly hidden underneath anything. So should you need to show it, you can give like a small like nudge to whoever you need to show it to, and she does the same for you, Gwen. She just come here, darling, come here. Starts fixing you up.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bird.
Thank you, Bird.
Can we stop with the emojis? It's really fucking with me.
I only just figured that out. My bad.
No, every time you do it, it's like throwing my train of thought off.
You guys are trying to make your way towards the temple now.
Yes, and Bird is now our mom who checks us before we walk out the door.
Kind of, yeah. She's like the matriarch right now.
Yeah.
So you guys start making your way out towards there with kind of a groggy Gruk and stool as they make their way behind you guys. As you guys are walking back out, Gruk, what you see from before, after that explosion that happened, you see that everything is kind of starting to get tidied up. That there's no longer there's no longer the stone giants hanging out. There's no longer the stone guard. Everything appears to be kind of starting getting put back into place. So anything you may have seen before is slowly being rebuilt. That is what you see with that kind of area.
Should we give Narwhal a quick update as to what happened, or should we just let him roll with it?
That is up to you and Gwen.
You mean like in game or out of game?
Out of game.
Oh, well then out of game. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to give you an out of game update, and then you're going to be the same sleepy old Gruk. Okay, so we met the most neckbeard fat ass dragon I've ever seen, who has like 18.
Cute.
He has like 18 chins. Pull up the picture.
What? Oh.
Pull up the picture. Look at that fucking dragon.
Look at that pug dragon.
The thing has no chin. That thing, like, yeah.
I'm not worried about where its chin is at. I'm worried about like how big his throat is.
That's what I'm saying. He is the cankle of throats.
You about to get vored, Gruk. You about to get vored.
Yeah. Okay.
Gruk
So
does not approve.
yeah, fat ass dragon. All right. His name is Thimberchowd, and yep, exactly. His name is Thimberchowd, and then I put in a picture of. I went to the Dragon's fucking Cars subreddit, and put in a picture in the chat of I photoshopped Tom Brady's face on it, and I said me and Thimberchad. So, anywho, yeah, no, I'm throwing a lot at you right now. So, we are going to be followed closely by some King's Guards, by some Dragon's Guards. They are called the Keepers of the Flame. Apparently, Thimberchowd had one of his eggs stolen, and he has tasked us with going and getting one of these eggs and finding out who took it and either bringing it back or giving him information on it. He has given us little badges that are symbols of his personal guard, the Keepers of the Flame, and we are going to be followed by an escort of them, obviously without directly being with us the whole time. There's another clan of Grey Dwarfs called the Grey Ghosts that are apparently growing in power that the Keepers think may have something to do with it. The dragon has told us, don't tell anybody what your task is or really what's going on, because the dragon himself is very suspicious of really everybody at this point. Also, apparently these little pins that he gave us, if we have information and we need to speak to the keepers that are escorting us, we can talk to the pins and it'll be a little CIA magic-y wristwatch walkie-talkie. Mm-hmm. Other than that, we are going to the temple, which is what we were trying to do before. And then we are going to the West Cleft, which is where we were told the Grey Ghosts may be hanging out, as well as the little dwarf with the jester hat that stole shit from us before, who we think is one of the Grey Ghosts.
Okay.
Makes sense.
That's a lot of information. Yeah. What do you have questions on?
What is the purpose of going to the temple?
Because we haven't been there, and because it's an important cultural site for the dwarves.
Good enough for me.
Yeah. We're trying to find out more information and see if there's anything in there that would be helpful for us.
Okay.
The only thing that I am not 100% certain on is if our task for Bird may conflict with our task for the dragon, but as of this moment, we don't really know, and Bird just helped us fix our pens, so she either is feigning to care, or feigning like she doesn't care, or truly doesn't care.
Nice.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to leave. I had to leave you, Okami, with the dark gang. You are now the only person with a dark background.
All good. Okay, so you guys all cut up and ready to jump back in? Push back the curtain?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's get back to playing with our heads.
Yeah. Okay, push back the curtain. All right, so you guys start making your way up the street, rather, or down the street, whichever way you prefer to call it, towards the kind of like docks area, as this is going to be towards the direction of the temple hold. Or as you start to come to learn through talking to people surrounding here, this is not necessarily like a temple of some kind that may be religious. This is rather kind of like a temple in honor of something. And you come to learn that the true name of this temple is the Overlake Hold.
Overlake Hold.
So as you start walking up towards here, you realize that this temple is starting to be kind of looking more and more like a fortress of some kind. That this is definitely not an area that is easily accessible, much less so just allowed for anyone to walk betwixt to these walls and enter the domain. And so what you additionally see here is that the center of this kind of area, as you're looking up and looking at the grandeur of this temple fixture, is that it looks to be the top is kind of becoming the part of a stalagmite or a stalactite. So you kind of see like the ceiling touching the top of this temple, and as it kind of like juts together. Outside from here, you can also see that there are some kind of like plumes of smoke billowing out, that on some edges of this wall that there look to be some like catapults or fixtures of some kind that can kind of launch things out as some kind of like defensive area. And again, it looks rather intimidating for those on the outside as you're looking up and kind of making a judge of anything from there. You get a pretty good idea that these catapults can launch themselves pretty far, and when looking at them, you get the idea that this is to protect itself from any kind of water invaders being this close to this side of the Dark Lake.
Neat.
As you're walking up, you were greeted by a very familiar face that Tom you had run into earlier, and Gwen you had kind of seen as well. You see that there is the commander from earlier.
Which one? The girl?
What are you doing?
Oh, you again.
Me again? Yes, me again. And what exactly do you think you have business over here doing?
Want to pay our respects, temple?
You want to be putting yourself in honor of the Deep King?
Well, at least, learn more about the culture.
You can learn plenty about our culture from talking to anyone around here. What makes you think you have business going in here?
We were told
I've just
that
seen you previously at a crime scene.
We were told that we can enter this temple if we have license to, which, I believe we do, and that we can come in here and look around.
And who gave you such information?
The other commander, or the other guy that was here with us before.
Yeah.
What the fuck was his name? Gartikan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gartikan's a prick. He seems to try and undermine me in any which way that I can imagine.
I mean,
and if you were sitting here telling me that you were being a part of him, that I will not stand for that. You will not be entering my temple.
Your temple?
I'm guarding. This is my temple. I'm guarding. This is my position.
Isn't this a religious and cultural site?
For Grey Dwarves, I see you not Grey nor Dwarf.
I'm dwarf.
You are a dwarf. That is fantastic. You are not one of us.
I want to roll a deception check and just be like, or persuasion check. I don't know, whichever one. And just be like, yeah, you know, we were hanging out with Gartakar, and I don't really know how much I believe the things that he was telling us. I kind of feel like there might be more going on. He kind of seems like he's a little delusional and idealistic and not really representative of how the Grey Dwarf should proceed in their society or whatever.
So, say again what you're trying to do?
I am trying to convince her that just because we were seen with Gartakar and he talked to us, that does not mean that we are agreeing with his beliefs. And if she thinks he's a prick and doesn't agree with him, then maybe we do too. We're just trying to learn more about whatever. Because, you know, we don't like Gartakar or whatever.
Okay, yeah, you can roll deception.
24.
I will try and roll against it.
That was a 19 plus 5.
Cool. I will try and roll against it, but I actually no, I don't have anything that would be able to beat it. So cool.
Get shit on.
I don't have to roll against it.
So you think that Gartakar is also a prick?
I don't know if I'd go that far. I'm saying that, you know, maybe there's
You believing
more
him to be
going on.
delusional, I mean, there's quite a few things that would definitely lead me to also believe that he is quite delusional.
Yeah,
These-
maybe
all
there's
these
just more
mystic
going on.
talks of these creatures that like live down in this gully. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I believe too that there are things that may live there, but I don't believe that they are like any cause of concern for us. Those are the Dara. We have no reason to believe that they'd be stealing from any of us. They are beneath us.
Right? Yeah, totally. On board with you. Can we come in, please?
I need to know that you were with me. What are you willing to do for me?
Fuck, I don't know, bro. Willing to.
What do you want?
Yeah.
Well, with all this talk of corruption, there's plenty of corruption that I've been seeing amongst you. Is there anything that you'd be able to help point out that corruption in this town, that I can give it back to the Deep King and I can raise my own stature? Has there been any crazy sightings that you may have seen?
We saw a gray dwarf that was going invisible with a jester's hat that was stealing a bunch of stuff.
You saw a Grey Dwarf in a Jester hat? Not. Is this the Drogi creature that Gartakar was speaking of earlier?
That may have been the name. I just remember there was a guy that stole stuff from us in a jester's hat that he looked like a Grey Dwarf to me.
That is the creature that we are keeping an eye out for. He's telling me that Gartakar has more information.
I saw him somewhere, I think, but the name's escaping me. It was like, I saw him somewhere. Maybe if you let us in, I can give you whatever information I got as to where we saw him.
Say that one more time. What was the ending?
If you let us in, then I can give you whatever information I have as to where we may have seen him.
I can't let you in without scratching my back first. For being inside of you, you can tell by my folders that I'm quite recognized amongst this community as being that of the one in power, and I will not let it stand for anyone that tries to usurp me in my own place, that being Gartakar. With all of his incessant ramblings and all these conspiracy theories and such, if we are able to prove these conspiracy theories, but I am the one who's able to bring in the information, that will certainly help me. Additionally, there were these talks of how he had lost something from the heart of the forge. Did he speak of anything?
I don't seem to remember of him speaking of anything in particular. Why am I hearing gunshots? Cool, I think that's my redneck neighbor. There's a neighbor like across the street where every Saturday or Sunday he'll fire off like 9 or 10 pistol shots.
Jesus.
Once it's dark. and I don't know if he's just redneck as shit or if he thinks
Doesn't
is
those
that.
come back down, right?
Well,
he's keeping the property value down.
Yeah, presumably he's shooting them like into his yard at like targets or something. I have no idea. I don't know who it is. I don't know what direction it is. I think it's that way. But this has happened before. And last time somebody tried to tell me, "Oh, that's fireworks," and I'm like, I know the difference between gunshots and fireworks, and you can't sit here and tell me that somebody's going to fire off 9 distinct fireworks that all sound the exact same at intermittent times at 6:30 p.m. on a fucking Saturday.
Yeah.
And if I knew who it was, I would definitely like tip off the cops because I don't care if somebody's like, practicing with their gun, not in a fucking suburban neighborhood.
No.
Yeah. I also heard somebody out with the duck call at one point, and I'm pretty sure that was the same people.
Nice.
Yeah. Anywho, what was I doing? I was telling her, oh yeah, he didn't mention anything in particular. It did seem that he had like a kind of worried look on his face. The most I really kind of know at this moment is about that Gruk fellow. We saw him down at the west cleft, and if you were to want to look around and find out more about him, I think that's where you should start looking.
Can you give me a deception check?
Bish, I already did that.
You were deceiving her and
nat 20, and I got a 25.
you were deceiving her and like your reasoning behind things. You when specifically being asked about like did he say anything, and you were going like no, totally. You were actively lying.
Oh, okay, that's fair. Hi, Cap. Yes, I got 25, not 20.
I see. So he was wanting you to travel down into those west clefts to try and capture this Gruk fellow?
He had just made it sound like there was a lot of stuff going on, and he had said that they may have something to do with it. And that's my information on where he was last seen.
It may be worse to myself, at least, if you were to capture him and deliver him to me. That'd be able to work out a deal if you were trying to get an audience with the Deep King in here.
I don't know what to do. I thought this was a religious temple, is it not?
No.
Why did we have like 4 different people tell us that it was a temple to like gods and shit that we could just walk into?
No, earlier, so in regards to like when you may have been told that, I'm not 100%, I don't recall bringing that. When it was talked about earlier, it was, no, this is a place of like in honor, like kind of like a pharaoh's tomb kind of a style thing. Like Egypt has made like an honor kind of a thing. Not necessarily it's like any religious value.
I mean, you said that before. I'm thinking about like way long ago. Hang on. Hearing, is Cheeto your cat?
Yeah, it's Cheeto.
Hearing Cheeto meow fills me with life. Okay, maybe I don't have any actual.
Oh.
Maybe I don't have any actual notes about it. I just thought I just remembered that I thought it was like a temple of like place of worship. I didn't realize it was like a fortress with like that's where the king's at or anything.
Totally fine. Whenever anyone hears temple, totally get that. That's what appears to be like most of you kind of got with it, and then being told like no, this is more so like another kind of thing. I get there's like a weird confusion thing in there. That kind of stuff happens. Because I can say, oh hey, here's someone in the background.
Me?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oma, Uncle Tom, and Mom and Dad are obviously here.
Oh, fun.
Playing a card game or something.
Ooh, fun. But yeah, the temple is not like two gods and goddesses and stuff like that. It's in honor of the Deep King. So it's like deep. So like I don't know how else to describe it right now. Like the Egyptian temples are made for certain pharaohs, kind of a deal. So it's like, oh, this is this Deep King's temple, kind of a deal. It's honor of him. Makes more sense.
Sure. And did we have info on who the Deep King is?
Like the Deep King's name, I believe. Ridhoon, the other stone giant, had given you some information regarding names.
I mean, Rahoot?
Rahood.
Hogar?
Yeah, Rahood.
King Hogar?
Yeah, and then also Gwen knows the name.
Yeah.
I wrote down that Deep King lives in the Lava Palace. Is this the Lava Palace?
And the
No, Lava Palace is over on the other side, over where Themberturd's lair was.
Okay, that's what I thought.
There are 2 places that the king may be.
And the Deep King and obviously the Drogon are 2 different people, right?
Say again?
The Dragon and the Deep King are 2 different people?
Correct. One is the Heart of the Forge, and then the other one is the Deep King.
Is that the King of the Dwarves?
I wouldn't say like King of the Dwarves or anything like that. Like King of like Gracklestug, probably.
Okay. Well, that's what I meant. King of the Dwarves, Grey Dwarves in the city.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Well, if we can't get in, I don't care about it that much.
I'm not trying to like be rude or anything, like steamroll you guys in any certain ways, and totally get if you're like, I don't know what to do, I want to go in there. It's like, well, probably because you're not there yet.
Well, no, I had thought that this was something that we could just like wander into. I didn't realize there was going to be a whole thing to it.
Not this section specifically, I'm sorry.
No worries.
Yeah, no worries. No, I just don't know where to go now then.
I'm going to take a quick pause. One, I think our food might have showed up, Sierra.
Did, yeah.
Okay, so quick pause for food, and then I need to use the restroom as well. So I'm going to take a pause. So we're going to do another split episode thing. Yay!
Yay!